front-facing video, it's really good. Yay. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. In this video, we're going to talk about my first day with the LG V40. So let's kill the elephant in the room real quick. The V50 is amongst us, but it's not out. This is LG's latest offering in the V line. And yes, it came out late last year, but it's still a pretty incredible device. I want to talk about my first 24 hours with this phone and what I think might be an issue or what might not be an issue and what's great about it. So let's obviously start with the cameras. The cameras on this thing, great, hands down. I recorded 4K at 60 FPS, and while it does have that 6-minute limit, which is a total downer, the quality that comes from the camera is outstanding. Now, I did use this phone to shoot a video of the LG G8, but I decided to just test out with that, and I scrapped it. It wasn't something that I really wanted to put out anyway. But in doing so, someone made a comment about when I said I'm not going to use the LG G8 as a phone for the channel because it's one of my main daily drivers, and that will be true. The 3-camera lens setup is nice. The main thing I use though is the wide angle sometimes, depending on what area I'm shooting in. But the cameras on here, obviously they're good. I knew they would be good. This isn't a shock. I didn't know how good they would be because the last time that I tested this phone last year, again, never took it home, never owned it, and now I get to use it every day. So with that being said, the LG V40 is got cameras that are mind-blowing. This is not something that we knew wouldn't happen. So the one downside that I see though is that 4K 60 FPS 6-minute limit. Why is it that most Android phones have a problem with overheating? Even Sony has a pop-up that comes up on their camera that says, hey, if you record like this for a long time, it's going to shut off at this point. And I was watching some other videos about the phones actually turning off the camera, letting the phone cool down, and then you get to start it again. That is probably one of the worst things about all of these phones that are out today is the lack of being able to record unlimited. And you know, if I could do more 4K 60 FPS unlimited on a phone, you would see a lot more footage, but it breaks it up into 6-minute files, and it's kind of lame. Other than that, the cameras are a win. I haven't tested the front cameras yet, so look for that in this video right now. The front cameras on this thing, they're good. Front cameras on phones have always been somewhat of a weakness, but with this phone, they're not great, but I think they're really, really good, and I'll just leave it at that. So an area where I'm used to, which is the LG Skin, but you guys know that on my G8 I run my favorite launcher, and on this phone I'm running my favorite launcher. It's not that LG's software is bad, it's just that I prefer this launcher. It's just something about it, I really like it, and plus it does make the phone feel a little bit faster, and that is the case with the V40. No exception. This launcher can make any phone feel fast, and I just like the launcher as a whole. And I put one of my favorite icon packs on there, and I called it a day. So software-wise, yes, LG Skin runs very well. No problems whatsoever. I've never had a problem with LG Skin, and it's just like any other Android skin. It's a skin, so either you like it or you hate it. You choose. So the V40 has a headphone jack, and like all LG phones, the DAC is sweet. I mean, it's not something that you'll ever brush off, I'll say. Every time you plug into a phone like this that has a great DAC on it, you're going to be mind blown, especially if you're using headphones or earbuds that are really, really powerful. So I suggest that if you haven't gotten the V40, and shout out to all those people who just purchased the V40. There's a ton of people who just bought it like within the last 30 days because now the deals are hitting. If you want a nice flagship, wait 3 to 6 months, you will get a fantastic deal, because grabbing this for $600 is a fantastic deal. Some people grabbed it for $300. It's just a good deal. So the headphone jack, powerful. Now, a weak side about this phone is the loudspeaker on the bottom. It's just not that great. It's average at best. You know, it's loud, but it's a bottom firing. It's just average. There's nothing bad about it. It's just not very, very loud, and that's all to it. So somebody asked me what I thought about that, and was I going to speak on that, and yeah, it's fine. So The screen quality on here, shooting at 4K at 60 frames per second is great, but you can only watch at 1440p at 60 frames per second, and that's perfectly fine with me. I really appreciate the Quad HD display on here, and it's just as good, if the same as the G8. And shout out to that person in the initial video that told me to remember to turn it up to 1440p, and I did so because I always forget about that. They ship the phones at the 1080p setting. Why, I don't know, but if it's a Quad HD display, just leave it at Quad HD. That's what I say. But overall, man, you know, the battery life, I think, won't be as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, this is just 24 hours. So the battery life has actually been really, really good. Now, the G8's battery life is really good. But this is going to take some time. You know, give me another week or so, and maybe I'll follow up again to let you know how the battery life on here. But remember, battery life is always subjective, folks. It's going to depend on you, the user, what applications you have. And right now, I'm actually getting pretty good battery life. So I'm going to save the numbers for later until we have some official numbers for you guys with at least 7 days of use. I haven't really made any phone calls over the Sprint network, but the Sprint network for data and everything is fine. It's fast. You know, everything's good to go. So quick follow-up video, man. Yeah, it's impressive. I didn't think it wouldn't be. But it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a nice little 24-hour follow-up, straight and to the point. Won't drag it out too long. I think this phone is definitely a win. And for those people that asked me to review it last year, well, here we are in 2019, and I'm giving you what you want. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.